Welcome everyone to more on our live channel here, working on our Linux distribution. Welcome everyone. Does one particular Wi-Fi stack fixed now? Yeah, Linux update. I compiled this already. We are running with that. And as usual with my 1750X build, I'm still dialing in overclocks and stuff. Tweak memory time. So if the stream disappears at any moment, then it's my unstable 6200 previous video overclock and stuff. So I test build that, and then let's get to do some fun stuff. So that is test build. Oh, did I show you that? I think I showed you that, right? So we are running that already. There you go for this fun stuff and latest and greatest fixes playing along at home. We also have, so maybe we start with tweaking our Hewlett-Packard build, because I guess we can, let's maybe move that to backup, and just because you never know. So then obviously I want an ISO for my own latest and greatest quad-core Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture RISC workstation or space heater. Cheers. So let's start the build there. And so for that, given that there is currently no user space, 64 user space, I guess, you know what, we can just comment that here. So that means long is, oops, yeah, press or something. So long is 4, should be 8, and that is just, that should be that, and that is 4, should be 8. So that just reminds us that we modified that, and if there ever is 64-bit user space, maybe for a microkernel, but I certainly do not work on that stuff. So 4 machine char pointer, so that, yeah, that should probably be it. That of course will result in a pure 32-bit build. We will then only tweak the Linux kernel and add a GCC package, and we probably, hopefully, maybe good to go to ship that. I hate this tempered glass. This was just a freaking nothing phone. It was on a freaking other old iPhone leather case. I really hate this tempered glass front back phone. They slipped off of everything. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised it didn't crack yet. It probably must have dropped 25 times by now, especially with a child at home. It's ridiculous. So yeah, let's make some good use of our CPU cycles here, and let's build that. Let's see what happens. And so the other updates, there's at least LVM. Or did I even? I think, right, I run data. Data is sleeping again. Right, we can, I was so, hey, 0 frames. So I'm live streaming, so something is, the crazy thing is theoretically we could debug here the bloody Intel ICB or so driver. There must be something severely wrong with this thing, IGC. I don't really think it's just the Gigabyte board to blame, which also sometimes lost the PCIe link. Because the crazy thing is, normal traffic works relatively fine, and when I do speed test net, I even get here 400 whatever, if not 500 Mbit down, and like currently 50 Mbit up. The crazy thing is I wonder why and that must be some network pattern, I guess. I get 50, like right now when Vodafone's DOCSIS failing stuff isn't failing, I get 50 Mbit upstream, like 400 or 500 down and 50 up, which is what we pay for, and sometimes it even freaking works. But when I YouTube live stream, I get 90% packet loss. So there must be something with the packet sizes, with the scheduling, there must be something severely wrong. And recurring theme, 2 dozens, like what are companies thinking that they need 2 dozens of different Ethernet implementations that are all different, buggy, amazing stuff. So theoretically we could debug that, but I probably won't. The crazy thing is I'm now live streaming over a bloody USB 2 Apple branded ASICs or so. You can't make this shit up. ASICs AX88772 version from 2012. Over this piece of shit, I'm live streaming over USB over the same failing DOCSIS stuff that works. So like a bloody Apple USB 2 dongle is like more stable and reliable than the bloody IGC driver. That's theoretically we could obviously debug that, but I don't want, like if Intel want to finance that, right? If you want to sponsor it. Otherwise, should like subscribe Patreon. I have some open source to build. I can't debug each bloody freaking Ethernet driver. It's just freaking hilarious. And the irony is in yesterday's Hewlett Packard PA Risk, there is an old-fashioned Ethernet NIC drin, and they even have compatible versions. I really wonder why could they not keep the freaking hardware register interface compatible and need to reinvent the freaking wheel that's differently broken. I have no words anymore for this nonsense. Yeah, 0 frames over freaking USB adapter. You can't make this up. Anyway, we have LVM. That is 15.1 in all of packages. Should we? What even? And so including the VASI stuff, do I have here currently? No, just a tiny little bit. So this is all in develop, right? So I probably should make some helper scripts, not like each time open code this grab while loops over package stuff. So that would be that in space. Delimited, I think 5 in while read do 1502 done, and while that is running we could actually, I read this on the go. I think they had to change log here, and it's the wrong one. That is of course work in progress, nothing too much to see yet. Did they even have dedicated? I think they had a list. They have a list. So let's see, what did they... I mean, obviously just... Interesting that... So it's of course just some tiny housekeeping. It's probably not, or is it? Thank you very much. It's also only LVN, interestingly, not the surrounding. That's not Clang or the other stuff, right? Actually, there is Clang here. So it's tiniest cleanups. Yeah, we obviously want that. So that is loading. So the best theoretically I also would be to work on our to-do, which is growing. So that probably is not release critical. Maybe it would make sense to also build some more normal thing like ARM64, RISC-V, Spark PowerPC to see. Also Hewlett Packard HPPA RISC mostly built. I mean, very theoretically, I wonder if this HPPA RISC is Bash like Crash. I wonder if this is really Bash or glibc or no, this video. if you're wondering about the performance, so I also, actually, by the way, I could quickly, while we are also already building 1502, which is obviously why we, are we through already? Maybe we are through already. And then let's quickly post something to Instagram. Or did I not? Oh, no, I made a photo somewhere. Like here. Oops. Oh, shit. 2022 in here. Accidentally swipe here wrong. Because now I got, so initially I cooled the 7950X with the Noctua NH-D15 or so. That was surprisingly okay. Then, so maybe a little liquid cooling. I had a Kraken 120, which is obviously total. I had this in stock just for tiny builds. It was surprisingly good, considering that, I mean, it's totally way too underpowered and small for that. So now I also got a set 73, and it's not a paid advertisement. I just like the display. I wanted a second one of those. Last year I got the set 63, and people told me, why don't you get like for the 5950X or 1350X? Actually, yeah, 2 years ago probably. So the set, what I'm surprised, what my point being is, the 73 does not cool better than the 63 from 2 years ago. And not better than, somehow not better than 120 and Noctua NH-D. So it might be sample size like 1, maybe this unit is not like perfect, maybe an air bubble in there or whatnot, but I'm somewhat surprised, like people told me, why didn't you, it's like that, I'm live streaming with that, who needs a case, right? Case is overkill and overrated. So that's how we're live streaming right now, in case you're wondering, feeling lucky. And I'm surprised that this doesn't lead to better performance or cooling than previous attempts. So we could quickly, I guess I have a full build here, we could quickly test that with Vasi. We need lib. So the crazy thing is, one of those packages doesn't build with it installed already. I theoretically, do I have that on the to-do? Which it's somehow using the wrong headers. If it's previously installed already, it might be that. Because we also updated that right now. Finally fully loaded though. Okay, that build. Still need to finish my reverse engineered display driver for this thing. Oh wait, why is the pump only 58? Ah, fan. I looked at that wrong. Yeah, I mean, of course, if you fully saturate your 7950X, of course, the Kraken set 73 or 63 obviously cools way better than at least 120, and probably also the Noctua, because obviously they're fully, the thermal mass is fully heated. So for this embarrassingly parallel long builds, that probably cools a bit better than. But for short bursts, the other coolers are sufficient. So, yeah, USB, what should I say? USB in 2022. So, let's commit all the stuff. So the crazy thing is we have so many packages, and do we soon have even more? So this is all the LVM Clang family, right? Including the duplication for VASI compiler RT and VASI lib6x, which we now also ship for this additional Firefox sandboxing. It's obviously getting a little bit, I mean, two are duplicates, right? So this lib6x and compiler RT we have twice. It's getting a little bit out of hand, to be honest. So yeah, I guess that's fine, probably, mostly. So, I guess, as I said a minute ago or 5 ago, the best thing would be to work on our to-do, which... So some of the stuff is clearly not mission critical. We can also, this obviously, it's like, nah. It's like it worked before, so who cares? Alright, the KBD stuff. I think I disabled it and maybe NoTech turned it on again or so. Let's maybe take a look what even is in there. Yeah. Maybe NoTech needed that for the keyboard layout. What is it doing? Just compiling? No. I wonder if we ship this file by default. So if that and that, then run that. This files. We probably should not have that in this files, to be honest. Where is it even? Maybe confq. Yeah, so I guess we simply delete that, and I guess we have a stone module. I mean, ideally this should probably anyway be in the KBD package if we even would wanted to have that. Can't mix the stuff up, but we don't really need that anyway. Given that there was a new line, we could a sed last line probably should be that if that is empty, delete on command. Last line should this not match like that? Yeah, see, already suspected there will be. Nothing like some white space. This is etc conf defs. We surely don't, or do we still include that somewhere? Yeah, we maybe we leave it for now. not even sure if this stuff is used. What plug that is. Probably not used. Cleanups continue. We certainly don't want to ship rotten, abandoned stuff. Also this B-top, I mean, it's somehow not reading the temperature, not sure where it's getting that. But the one thing that works here is the temperature. Is this used somewhere? Ah, system init, this is control. Interesting, didn't even realize we supported that. So then Palo, the PA risk, oh, this also failed, interesting. Okay, glibc, as we don't have a 64-bit user length, we obviously remove that here. Ah, I'm not sure. Obviously just copy and paste it. A decade later we figure out we don't need that. Hey, 0 frames over blood USB connector. USB dongle. And then, alright, Palo. By the way, do we not have boot? We have boot. Why do we not have Palo? Probably overlooked this when I just recently, some 6 months or so, or a year, grouped all the bootloader stuff to have that more readily together. So Palo, that would be Stone. And so we would then want the compressed image. that at least worked yesterday. Command line part version. Where is kernel list? Why do we only have the first here? Did it only support one? I don't even remember anymore. Command line part X. So that should then be the compressed image. And that failed. Alright, this is only GNOT. I need to somehow fix this GNOT stuff. Don't have a matching GNOT compiler in my system, which obviously Bootstrap amazing, right? So payload and then the boot glue here. Here is that we need interesting, I forgot that we have the script thing. We need to substitute here more. Do we use this? Oh, use it here, kind of. Where is here label kernel 4, or is that automatically using the compressed? GCC fails still. This is still a GNOT. Why is this? Probably because the config rebuild down. It's so much to manually filling with the config. Where's the shared kernel stuff? There's misc target boot in. Probably this, so, but this is empty. Yes, for kernel, what do we do here? Okay, we kernel image both. And which do we use it? Kernel image any. CP, those to boot. Actually the last, so... Okay, this is probably, maybe this deserves a comment. So that is removing everything, so meaning if they are multiple. And due to the sorting, you would then hope that, I hope it's still not defined. So if it works for x86, it probably could work for HPP ARISC. So what did we do there? Payload, did I commit that? Alright, we need another thing there. Okay, let's make this 2 commits. Payload. Yesterday we learned we can't use this install or this update. So I guess this the way I want to tackle that. We could, so the problem is we used here -u for update. Somewhere like here. And this also doesn't work to start with. Darn. But let's tackle. Let's pretend we fix that here. That needs a second commit. But let's use a dev already. But this update will not work, and so we could. I was thinking about this shortly, and so because for initial installation we need -I, and I think for now, until this ever causes a problem, we run it like that, like update, and if that doesn't work, install it. The reason is, otherwise we would need to probe so much to living at the edge of overclocked 6200. Memory, so HPP A64. So yeah, but I just lowered it. So I thought it previously was still, I just lowered it because I wanted a little bit more performance back, so much to. But I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, is it? Yeah, recurring theme, overclocking and stuff. Maybe not the most significantly worth it. That's also LVM. Especially, I need more memory anyway, right? Maybe it's. I mean, sure, knowing this is the limits of the particular memory. Tried and said. But I need more anyway, so yeah, that is kind of sort of reverse my time and reboot here anyway. But that's how you find the limits of your memory. I have also another thought. We probably okay, so we did this KBD maybe check that this isn't enabled by default. And also, I think we want to some con or terminal reset between some Stone modules, because yesterday I noticed if you run this with text and had there some like maybe after or GUI, I guess. So that is all like nice to have, not really bother with today. And so I did that. That I need to. So I and you are right. Did we just do that? Let's delete that after I've done it. Actually, both of the things we need to do. This obviously can't be that we generate or try to generate some unsupported RS1 key. So it could still spontaneous reset. I still run, so I run now with 36, 37, 37, 90 or so at 6200. So that is still not as slow as I previously had this. Did we do this? Probably did we spontaneous reset in the middle of this editing, right? Local def equals this to be fixed, and then def. So what I just wanted to do and say before we spontaneously reset is, so update or install, I probably just explained that I don't want to maintain my own metadata, and it's like just duplicated payload boot stuff, so famous last words, it probably should not be, either update or install, I guess. So we have here some def, we probably can copy that. Read link, otherwise maybe we fix that. It's of course an untested, but it has probably famous last words a chance to work. Just copy this with. It's only drawback if you copy old-fashioned terminals and stuff, and tmux and screens. So that should be get real def 1, and then actually we could then do it twice here, the removal of the last or we just do it here. So actually, what do I even do here? So that is removing the partition, so that is def removed last. It probably should be fine, shouldn't it? So we have either VDA, so yeah, this should only be partition number. Oh wait, what do I even do here? Oh shit, I edited the wrong file. Ugh. Yeah, I added some nonsense. Maybe we should just name this real dev. And then removal of the partition. Does that work? So yeah, we have quote there, but not there. Super consistent, huh? Not here. What did that do even? If def right, this probably was relative to def or so. Like SD, yeah, so this is like SDA or stuff. This is where we need to pre-add that. So it's tested at grub2. Theoretically, the problem is we need to copy that because all the bootloaders are not installed concurrently. So either you have Palo or grub2, which is why this is duplicated in here. Maybe we should have some like shared functions in Stone proper or stuff. But anyway, so local dev, get real dev, one there or whatever, and dev, remove the partition, probably. So dev done. I think yesterday this Perl thing also failed. Let's see how it does today. So that would be fixed Palo for UUID devices and it install if darn. Oh, I hate when this happens. This is maybe, is it only some shared? Don't see quite the error. What is going on there? I mean, it failed yesterday. Not the biggest surprise. Bad value? What is that here? Perl hidden CTX? That does not look ideal. We built, not with LTO, but with text machine projector and Pi. I mean, maybe, actually, you know what, actually would be a good idea, but no, we started to build already. I wonder if either of those would make our bash error go away. I would need to check what. So DSO, maybe it's Pi. But, did I not? What did I do here? So, do I have this on my to-do? You see, we work on the to-do and it's just putting what I have in my mind. Page 4, bullet shorts. Do I have that here? Oh yeah, I had this already. Okay, fine. Do we have drop beer? Oh, we have this 2 points there. So, given that October is also already half over, I guess I also need to sort this in with my other to-do, which is on my 1550X. I also somehow need to have them in some network file system. Oops. Yeah, for HPPA, I mean, obviously the number of users, I mean, probably we will have soon like 100% market share of all exotic vintage retro up and done systems. Because the users will probably be myself and I, and maybe you playing along at home. CMake, whatever. I read this yesterday also. What's going on here? This is native. What's with? Does not support unique pointer? What the heck? It's hilarious. Yeah, nothing like pressing delete. Yeah, that comes from you need 24 build systems and all have different quirks and bugs and failures. It's probably it for this live stream. Probably should commit the homebrew stuff this time. Okay, this is not bloody. This is just because I manually edited that. And the config, due to my code changes in the meantime, the config regenerated. Nothing big to see, except I actually need to have a working... Although to be fair, when I had a working .NET installation on my other system, I still couldn't bootstrap the latest GCC 12. So I had like a GCC GNOT 11, and then I couldn't compile with GCC 12. Not with it anyway, which, yeah. But Wi-Fi that didn't touch Ethernet to better support. I don't think it's like a Ryzen or M5 bug. It probably. I mean it works in general otherwise. So there probably is some hidden bug, a general hidden bug, I would guess, that just nobody noticed yet, maybe. So like the nesting is amazing nesting, right? See, I slightly wonder what product. Yeah. I mean, I could. I could fiddle around with other tuning parameters to see if it goes away, but yeah, that they need so many different Ethernet implementations. Yeah. All right, I wanted to check strace. Might be a new version, and then we call it a day. No, still not a new release for some reason. Okay, saves us some work. So this keyboard stuff, obviously, HPPA, I mean, this is nice to have. It's like, yeah. I mean, obviously this will not make it into this release. This drop you actually have. So, I guess we can delete that. We will obviously, I mean, maybe even that, you know what, let's delete it. We have done that. Probably should be fine now. We will obviously notice the next time we install something. And then plus all the other machines. Very theoretically, I also noticed recently JFS in installer again. This is, or init-h or whatever that was. And yeah, plus all the other, I need to network mount and sort that. I slightly wonder, you know what, if we wanted, you know what, actually there is another one more big thing. There is, we probably want generic multi-list. And with that, I wonder if we should support, like if we support HPPA PA risk like GCC32, maybe we want ARM64 GCC32. If we like, I mean, it's like totally not a priority for me, but stuff that theoretically could be done if we want to do them. Yeah, that's probably it for this video. I had 0 frames over this bloody USB adapter. Yeah. A bit of a typo. But yeah, 2022, and people still have issues with their freaking reinvented. Okay, we don't have that here though. But yeah, 2022 and Ethernet stuff. Yeah, like you use wires because Wi-Fi and dongles and stuff, and then you have here strange. Can't make this stuff up. Gigabyte has a NIC firmware posted on their website, which is Windows only. Intel has Linux. Windows updates on this side. So download both. You want to tell me this loaded firmware? NVM update config and run the utility, you will see. Didn't even need to reboot. Hmm. 2022 and your freaking firmware on the bloody... Yeah, hidden state, right? And why this stuff should be open source. So you have potentially maybe bugs in the bloody firmware. Firmware version 1045. And then who knows what they do there in terms of... Can you even trust that not to send your data somewhere to third parties? Is that even the right one? Why is this ENP5SO? Do they... IGC... Maybe I should package that... tool though. Can this flash a firmware or multiple NICs? That was NVM update. Nothing like adding shit to your to-do. Random garbage 2022. No. Best was typo. Nylon driver, thank you very much, everyone. Is this what I got? Or is it again a new one? F8A. F8A is what we got. So yeah, if they have here, maybe you could flash some generic. Anyway, So that's probably it for this video. We learned something new, that even other people found that the bloody firmware has bugs and need updates. So yeah. Also, yeah, amazing was the world when 20 years ago NICs, network interface controller, had no hidden state in firmware and were just RTL implemented. Yeah. Anyway, why this? I mean, I understand workarounding bugs like this and firmware microcode. Would be amazing if maybe we should have some open source RISC thing with no hidden firmware state and stuff. And so yeah, that's it for this video. I need to go and play with the family and cook and stuff. As usual, we worked on our to-do. I hope you learned something and found this interesting. So I'm surprised that people voted. I expected more people to prefer Wi-Fi naming here. You know what, let's wait. Is it even the right? Oh, this is the wrong channel. It's like, yeah, I expected more people, like 62 freaking, I mean, if so many people, I guess we patch less and keep it there then. I mean, it's extra work, extra patching. That's what it is then. You had your vote, you can still vote there. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and night, and hope to see you soon for the next fun stuff or Intel firmware update and so on to come. And did I mention shall I subscribe? Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, GoFundMe. See you next time.